when you reach up, do a little stretch. It shouldn't be extreme, but stretch up and feel the tips of your fingers and stretch a little bit. This is a good exercise to practice the difference between the physical body and the energy body. If you think of the energy body as the sand in the hourglass, so I don't know whether you can see, there's blue sand in here. The cabinet is your physical body, and it's of course it's important. But the sand is the energy body. And when you do an exercise like this, and you're plucking apples out of a tree, you do it with your energy body, not so much your physical body. And what that means is your physical body is, when you pull down, something has to go up, right? So your physical body is actually going to elongate a little bit up and down. What goes down is the sand. And you have to give it a moment, particularly in the first 10 years or so, right? All right, so feel it drop down through your body to your feet. Boom, boom. That's what's pulling the apples down. Because you're actually, at the same time, you're actually going up to the top of your head. That's why an exercise like this should be done relatively slowly. Remember the phrase, I'm going to ask Genevieve because I think she's going to remember this. There is a phrase that describes this dual energy flow. Something is going up to the top of your head, something is dropping down to the bottom of your feet. Genevieve, do you remember the Chinese?
Xing Ling Zhen, something like that. Qi Chen Dan Shen.
Shu, shu. Shu is spelled in English, XU. And it means something insubstantial. What's insubstantial in your body? Your mind and your spirit. And they're both associated with fire. So they're going to want to naturally go up to the top of your head. Shu Ling Ding Jin, all right? Ling means to lead, like to lead your dog on a leash. Ding is actually a certain kind of motion. This is ding, energy, and jin means energy. So it's insubstantial, leading upward energy. All right, shu ling ding jing. I'll send it to you, Genevieve. The other one is qi chen dan chen. All right, so the qi is dropping to the dan chen, and that's code both for dropping to the dan chen and dropping all the way down to the bottom of your feet into the center of the earth, right? So you're doing both, and you need to relax and do it slowly. Shuling ding jing. All right? Qi chen dan chen.
I feel it really in my hips.
Everybody is going to feel this in a different way because everybody's different. Annie says she feels it in her hips. Other people might feel it in their legs or in their spine. It's all good. The real point of this is to break out of the Western idea of exercise. Here's Western exercise. Right? That's not Qigong. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a completely different modality, right? This modality is about playing with the sand inside the hourglass. So the physical body, of course, it's going to respond to this. When Shuling Dingjin goes to the top of the head, of course there's going to be a physical reaction. You're going to stretch your spine, but it's very gentle. And so you don't emphasize the physical motion, you emphasize the mind staying on track and paying attention to the Shuling Dingjing, right? And Qi Chen Dan Chen. So physically, these are very gentle exercises. They're that way on purpose. Now, if you exercise like this for a number of years, you can always switch immediately into a much more physical kind of exercise. But for Qigong, I mean, the very name itself, Qigong, means Qi cultivation. Qi, it actually means Qi work. Gong means work. All right? So Qigong means working your Qi. All right? Your mind and your Qi, and less your physical body.